Right, that's the first part of the morning routine done. Got all the feeders filled up. They empty them like mad round here, they really do. And I'll tell you what I need some proper squirrel proof feeders, so if anyone can recommend a decent one, stick it in the comments, because I got one of them last week. They've annihilated it already. So I don't know what the teeth are made of, but straight through the wire mesh. Anyway, so the purpose of this film, a few big changes coming up. This time in a month I'll have retired from the fire service, which is going to be a wow, big change, massive change. You know, I've been at fire brigade for nearly 26 years now, and it's just a massive part of your life. You know, it's yeah, it's going to be weird. You know, I've spoke to lads who've retired who I've worked with, and they say, I don't know how I had time to go to work, to be honest. So I think it's going to be like that, especially living here. You know, with all this to look after, there's going to be no shortage of stuff to do, but it's going to be a big change. You know, because you know, you work with your mates and your colleagues, and you know, you become close, like, and it's going to be a massive change. But I'm relishing it. I'm really looking forward to it. We've been travelling for the last 12 months. Really, we've been commuting. We did 6 months in Shrewsbury, and we're travelling, you know, from Wales, mid Wales now, back up to Lancashire. But we've only got to do it for another 11 shifts. That's it, and that's end X. So we're here full time. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this film as well. I want to show you the little studio that I've set up, which is going to be, it's going to be necessary because I'm going to be using it a lot more. YouTube is going to be one of my main focuses, so you're going to be seeing my ugly mug a bit more. I'm hoping to try and get a film out every week. Because so studio, why is a studio important? Well, obviously, like I said, we're doing a lot more YouTube, and anyone that's into videography, photography, and especially in this modern era, you spend a fair bit of time on the computer, you know, processing images, editing, etc, etc. So I think it's nice to have a dedicated space that you can work in. The old house, I was just set up in the living room in the corner, tucked away. You know, if the telly was being watched, I had to put my earphones on, and I don't know, I couldn't concentrate sometimes. It was hard work, and you know, you're having to keep the place tidy because it's in the living room, etc, etc. So when we found this place, we came to view it, and with an extension on the side of the cottage, a modern extension. When we went in, it opens up inside. It's a nice space, nice and airy, plenty of light. And I looked up, and there's a mezzanine floor, like you know, a raised living area. Little space saver staircase up there. As soon as I went up, I thought, this is perfect. This is going to be the studio. It's not very big. It's only, I think it's 4 meters by 2.5. A little bit restricted because you've got the slope of the roof. There's a fantastic Velux window in there. 2 windows in the side in the gable, and it lets loads of light in. I've got a blind on the Velux, but when I look out of the Velux, I don't even know if you might just be able to see it in the background actually, the cottage, but it looks out over this. So I look out of the Velux window and I can see all the setup, I can see where the buzzards come down, and it's fantastic. It's almost like having a studio outside. It's fantastic. So we'll go in, we'll have a look at it. I'll just show you how I've set it up. It's not rocket science, it's just a nice space where I can work. I've got a nice desk. I'll show you the desk that we've got, and the chair, and just how I've set all my gear up. It's nice that I've got all my photography gear, all my filming gear, my vlogging stuff. The computers are set up, and I've also got my sewing gear set up. And I'm going to put a little table in for when I get back into me art for these long winter months, when we're not out, when the weather's a bit snotty and we're not out with the camera. We'll be doing a bit of painting. So let's bob down there and have a look what we've got set up. Right, let's go in and have a look. So as I mentioned before, here we have it. This is This is our little extension, and coming round, there we go. That's our new space up there, up in the gods, up the dodgy staircase. Which, if anyone's got one of these, you've really got to have your wits about you. Left, right, and that's it. So as I said before, 4 meters that way, 2.5 meters that way. It certainly isn't the biggest space in the world, but I've got everything in here that I need, and it works. So let's have a closer look. So the heart of any studio, like I said, it's your computer area where you spend most of your time. Now, this was never really a consideration of mine. Now, Flexispot got in touch with me, said would I like to try out a standing desk. I'd never heard of a standing desk, to be honest. Had a look at them, and for me, this has been it's been a game changer, because I suffer with a bad back. I had back surgery about, I don't know, 7 years ago, I think. If I spend any length of time sat, you know, in this position, my back starts giving me jip. After about half an hour, I have to go off, have a wander, stretch my legs out. This, it's fantastic. Have a look at this. So, if I've been sat here now and I'm getting a bit fatigued, press that button, the desk goes up. It goes up to a height that I've set. I've pre-programmed it into this little control panel here. I don't have to go off. My workflow isn't disturbed, and I can stand here. I'm in a stretch. I can still work on the computer. When I'm done, if I feel like I want to have a sit down again, press the button, the seated position button. This is programmed to a height that I've set, so it's level with this other desk. Comes back down. If it hits anything, it's got an anti-collision mechanism inside. The desk will go back up, so it won't trap your legs if you've messed up. It's brilliant. It's really clever. Comes in this nice black walnut colour, so it's a pretty good match to the existing furniture that I had. Yeah, I love it. It's a really nice piece of office equipment, and it's very smooth and quiet as well. There's 2 motors in the system. It's a heavy desk, don't get me wrong, but it's very sturdy, really sturdy. It'll take 161 kilograms, which is immense. One thing that I was concerned about, I've actually made this little stage in here. I'll show you that in a minute. Now, so the computer is a little bit higher, it's not directly on the table. I was concerned that when it stopped, that it was going to shake, and there's no concerns there at all. What it does, once it gets just under the height that you want it to stop at, it slows down, so it's kind of dampened. Nothing moves at all. All you have to do is make sure that all your cables, obviously, when you set your computer up and all your equipment, set it up when it's at the highest point, if you will. So take it up to the standing height, and then that just makes sure that you've got enough slack in your cables so that when it does go up, nothing is under strain, or it's not going to pull any leads out. But a really nice piece of equipment. I'm so chuffed I've got this. So we've also paired that with a chair from Flexispot as well. So this is the C7 Air Pro. Fantastic ergonomic chair, really comfortable. It's not going to have a nice fancy desk and all that if you've got a rubbish chair to sit on that's going to kill your back. This one, it's like a mesh fabric. The adjustments on it are insane. It's all sorts of adjustments on it. Great for your lumbar. There's a fantastic lumbar support there. The height adjusts. These arms adjust up and down, this way, that way, forward, back. The headrest, it reclines. This bottom bit actually comes out. Press that button in there, and you can actually have it as a recliner, so you can put your feet up, you can tilt the whole thing back, and you've got a recliner, you put them up, you're never going to get any work done, are you? It's that comfortable. It's nice because it's got the like a mesh fabric as well, so it's kind of ventilated. Sometimes if I've been sat in an office chair, your back can get a bit sweaty, if you know what I mean. So this enables a nice flow of air through it, and yeah, another cool bit of kit. So Flexispot, it's their 8th anniversary. So if you go on the website, I'll put a link in the description, you can get a massive discount at the moment. They've got a sale on. So go over to Flexispot, check out the gear. I can't recommend it highly enough, to be honest. And as I was saying, a desk, it is the heart of the studio, if you will, because this is where you're probably going to spend most of your time. So you get this bit right, and you know you're not far off. So right, that's the furniture out of the way. Let's have a look at the technical gear. Right, so on the desk we have, that's what I use for me all my stuff, 27-inch iMac. Fantastic, what a great computer that is. I love it. The screen is superb, so clear, and look how thick it is. That's it. It's ridiculous how Apple can get all that technology into basically just into the screen. There's no tower with it. It's just, that's what it is. Anyone that's thinking of changing the computer, possibly changing to a Mac if you're on PC, I couldn't recommend them highly enough. It's a superb piece of equipment. So on the desk now, I mentioned before I made this little staging, if you will. The reason I did it was because I've got more storage space, so I keep my hard drives under here, and then the way I tend to work, any SD cards, whatever, memory cards that are on the right hand side, they're the ones that I'm currently working on. They've got data on them that needs to come off, and then when I've finished doing that, transferring the data, and I've wiped them all, they all go on the left hand side, and then they'll go into me media storage, you know, whatever SD card boxes I have. That's the way I tend to work. Sound system, we've got Bose sound system. That's the subwoofer underneath. I try and keep it as clean as I can, this desk. Wireless keyboard and a trackpad. We've got the blue, is it a Yeti? No, Snowball Ice. That's the external mic for if I'm doing any voiceovers, for when I've dropped a clanger. So that is the desk. That's all I have on there. Moving over, there's our two windows that I mentioned about. Nice view out the side. We've had the where are they? We had the buzzard on there the other day on that setup. There we go. Yeah, so we had the buzzers down there. They're getting quite brazen. But anyway, I've digressed. Onto this desk here, we've got the photocopier and printer. I've got all my vlogging stuff all together. So they're my radio mics. I use them when I'm working on the land. We've got the DJI Mini 3 drone batteries. All this stuff is vlogging. So Z30, my little DJI Action 3, which is now dead. I killed it when I was doing my bike review. It fell off and smashed it, so I'm gonna have to get another one of them, because that is a great camera, fantastic little camera. Microphone stuff, so wireless mics, magic arms. So all that's me vlogging. If I need to grab something, I just quickly, it's all on there and I know where everything is. Onto this shelf here, I've got my camera trapping camera, which is also a spare body, so that's a D610. I've got all my batteries, so any batteries that, when I come back, any batteries that need charging, I have my EcoFlow power bank down here. All my chargers are on there. There's nothing worse than being disorganized with your charging. So this one, that's a vlogging battery. That's just fully charged. I'll take that off now, and then that goes onto that pile. And I know that any batteries that are on there are fully charged and they're ready to go. So the rest of this bench, we've got a few small lenses, and again vlogging stuff, small tripods, another tripod there, suction cups for if I'm filming in the car, any tripod heads. I've got some power banks there, some clamps, all that kind of stuff. That's all together. Just try and keep everything the same and try and keep it all together, if you will. A couple of sets of headphones. Moving down here, all my trail cams are there, and underneath we've got all the batteries for them, battery chargers. That's the solar panel for the EcoFlow. Right, now this back wall, as you can see, well, let's have a look outside first. I mentioned about having a view. There's the view out of the Velux. Well, like I said, it's like having a studio outdoors, really. A bit of sanity, and I can just pop my head out and have a look. We've just trimmed that hedge, so you can just about see the hide just there peeping under that tree, and that's where the buzzard setup is, just up there. So yeah, great view out of the Velux. So moving back in, like I said, we've got this sloping roof here. It cuts down a bit of space, to be honest, but can't be helped. There's the Z9 set up with the lens on. Binoculars for spotting what's out there. Underneath, got all my bags and pouches. Got my rotor light set up. Here I've got all my tripods there, tripods and monopods. There's the big 500 ready to go. On here I've got all my leads, so these storage boxes are great. This one's just full of USB-C cables. That's another one with micro SD, and there's another one with random cables. So try and keep all your cables together. Again, lens boxes. That's all my camera trapping gear. So that really is it for. That's it for all the camera equipment. All me hides and bags, etc. They're all stored elsewhere. I don't want them up here. They're too big and too bulky. So on to the last part, and this is the corner I was telling you about. So we've got the big industrial sewing machine there. That was a laugh getting that up here, and all the paraphernalia that goes with, you know, the stuff that I make. So we'll be getting back into that eventually. So this corner here, I've kind of kept that, tried to keep that clear really. So the bag's there, that's the big camera bag, that's ready to go. And I might possibly put another desk here for when I start doing my art again. You know, when the winter comes in and we're not doing so much photography. You know, when the weather's bad, we'll be doing a bit more painting. So that's it. That's the tour of the little studio. It serves me well. It's you know, it does the job. So thanks very much for watching. If you haven't, give us a subscribe, because we've just hit 18,000 subscribers, which is fantastic. It'd be great to get to 20 by Christmas. Whether we do that, I don't know. You never know with a video out every week. So like I said, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.